Guys, the last time Nigeria played against Rwanda, they lost by 2-1. And in today's video, I want to give my honest opinion on some mistakes that were made in that game that should not be repeated in the game Nigeria is going to play against Rwanda on Friday, 21st of March, exactly 3 p.m. Nigerian time and 4 p.m. Ghana time. But before we jump into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. My name is Adam. I'm a Ghanaian. I identify with Nigeria, so please make sure to support. Now, to help my honest opinion, I want us to do a throwback highlight on the last time Nigeria played Rwanda. Guys, let's check this out. So guys, let me know how you feel watching that back and also certain mistakes you noticed in that highlight that you believe should not be repeated in the game Nigeria is going to play against Rwanda. Now, this is my honest opinion on certain mistakes I noticed in the previous game. One, the defense. You see, Nigeria is in a very peculiar situation when it comes to the World Cup 2026 qualifiers. They have played 4 games. They drew 3 of them. They did not win any game and they lost 1. So currently they have 3 points. At this point, they can't afford to lose a game. So the defense needs to make sure they do not concede. And what I noticed is that few mistakes led to them conceding goals against Rwanda. Lack of focus, lack of communication. I believe that this time around, those things needs to be solved. So when it comes to the defensive department, it needs to be worked upon communication-wise, anticipation-wise, and also them doing their due diligence and also doing their duties as defenders to make sure that the keeper is always protected at all times. So in this game, the defenders need to make sure that they do not concede. Even if they are going to concede, they should not concede first. Now let's move away from that and talk about the second mistake I also noticed in the previous game. It is all about converting chances. If you watch that game closely, you could notice a lot of chances were missed. And I believe that looking at the firepower Nigeria has, you don't want to, miss a lot of chances in a game you want to play against Rwanda. Because the more you lose chances, the more Rwanda will go in strength. And when they get just a single chance against you, they'll score. So if Nigeria gets one chance, at least they should try converting it or try hitting the target. But most importantly, they should try finding the back of the net with the smallest chance they might get in the game, because it might not come all the time. And I believe that those were some of the few mistakes they did in the previous game. They had a lot of chances, but they were not converting them. And I believe that in the game they're going to play on Friday, when you get those chances, do not cheat. Make sure you score those goals, because if you don't score, it's just giving the opportunity to Rwanda to punish Nigeria. The third point, or the third mistake I believe Nigeria should not make, is to think they are going to play an AFCON qualifier. The game they lost was an AFCON qualifier. As at the time they played it, they had already qualified for the AFCON. This time around, situations are different. You are playing in the World Cup 2026 qualifiers. You sit fifth with 3 points. At this point, Nigeria needs to understand that this is a different situation, because as compared to the AFCON qualifiers, they had already qualified as at that time. But this World Cup qualifiers, the leader of the group qualifies to the World Cup. And you don't want to be unfortunate to be part of the, second best. It's a longer process. Playing playoff is just too long. So just make sure that you win the rest of your games. That starts with beating Rwanda. Once Rwanda can be beaten, it sends a message to the rest of the team, South Africa, to Zimbabwe, to Benin, telling them that, see, the first time you met us, you had us when we're at our downside. But this time around, it's going to be different. So, guys, these are 3 mistakes I have noticed, and I believe they need to be worked upon. I just hope that Nigeria wins tomorrow. But then, guys, these are few mistakes I saw in the previous game they played. And I believe that Nigeria will make us all proud. They are going to win that game by all means. I have already done a video on why I believe Nigeria is going to win. So, guys, make sure you check out that one. But then let me also hear from you. What mistakes do you think Nigeria needs to avoid in the next game they are going to play against Rwanda on Friday? I'll make sure to see you in the next one. Charlie, we go vibe.